Last night, 9 p.m., I went to my local Regal movie theater and I sat down and I watched Madam Web, a very obscure random character that Sony just wanted to make a movie about. And then the trailer came out, and the trailer was pretty decent. I will give it that. The trailer was pretty decent. It kind of gave me a lot of Terminator vibes from the trailer, and I was like, this looks like a pretty solid, mediocre movie, kind of like a pretty solid movie, pretty fun looking movie, kind of like Venom. Boy, was I wrong. Because the trailer came out and then the review embargo for the film didn't come out until like I think the day before, or like the exact day it came out, which was like Valentine's Day. Oh my god, like this movie is so fucking awful. It's so fucking terrible. Part of me was like, this movie could be either Venom or it could be Morbius. It is straight out Morbius. I don't think it's worse than Morbius. I know there are people that says that Morbius is better than Madam Web. In my opinion, Morbius had a lot of had a lot of marketing issues, and I believe the movie got delayed over and over again. There was so many reshoots, and that movie went through so much hell. Morbi and the final product that we got in theaters was a jumbled mess, a train wreck. I think Morbius is way worse than Madam Web. This one's just a partially like a tiny inch, a tiny centimeter better than Morbius. And then they casted Dakota Johnson, and then later on Sydney Sweeney and Isabella. I keep wanting to say Mercedes. I keep wanting to pronounce her name Mercedes. I don't know why. I don't even know how to pronounce, but you know who I'm. The Dora the Explorer actress. She's going to be in the upcoming Superman movie with James Gunn. She's going to be playing Hawkgirl. She went from playing a Marvel character, and then coming soon, and then next year she's gonna be playing a DC character, which is funny. But it is what it is. That's what actors do. But it's like I was like, they casted all these actresses and all these actors, and I was like, okay, this is a pretty solid cast. All right, not bad so far. And like, the movie is so awful. Oh my god! Like, when the movie ended, I'm gonna be ranting. This video is gonna be filled with spoilers. I'm sorry, not sorry, I don't give a shit. This movie, I'm gonna be spoiling the shit out of this movie because you shouldn't care about this film. No, nor should you watch it. This movie, like after the movie ended and the credits started, the credits started rolling, I was like, I couldn't get up. Like I was like, that was me when the movie finally ended and the credits started roll. I was like, I couldn't get up until I just sat there with that reaction until the lights in the auditorium started to come back on, and then I finally got up. I spent so much time processing the absolute garbage train wreck that I just witnessed. This movie, I don't know if it got no, I don't think it got delayed or reshot. Maybe once. I don't know. I don't think it did. Craven 100% got delayed. It was supposed to come out in October 2023 last year, but it got delayed like 1 year, like to this year. Morbius had, like I said, Morbius had so much problems. The villain of this movie, Ezekiel Sims, holy shit. The worst villain I've ever seen in a comic book movie. Like, there's nothing to his character. There's literally nothing to his character except chasing after these three girls. These three future spider women. There's nothing else to his character. He gives, like, when the movie opens up and he says something about his family, but, like, I left the movie theater with so much more questions, with more questions than answers. Like, I'm sure Ezekiel Sims has some kind of origin story in the comics, but, like, they barely touched it. They barely touched his backstory, or they didn't develop his character at all. There was no origin. There's no backstory. He talked about a little bit of, my family. He pointed the gun at at Dakota Johnson's mother in the movie, and he's like, oh, they didn't do anything about my family, and I'm like, what? Who is your family? At least Matt Smith in Morbius, not only did he steal the show, and he was, in my opinion, the MVP of that abomination, the only MVP, but at least his character, Matt Smith's character, Doctor Who, at least his character, we got to see, the movie opened up and we get to see him as a little kid, and there was like, oh, there's a little bit of origin, a little development here. Zero. Absolutely zero here in the villain of this movie, Ezekiel Sims. He's like, his entire mission is to go after these spider women, these girls, because he has a vision that, oh, they're going to kill me. That's it. I have a vision that in the future they will become these spider women, and then they're going to kill me, and I have to prevent that. I have to kill them first. That's it. Like, what? And I didn't know this, but the same writers who wrote Morbius came back. Sony rehired them and to write the story for this film. Sony, you fucking idiots. Why would you hire the Morbius writers? Are you trying to, like, lose money? Are you trying to, like, purposely and intentionally make shitty movies and hiring these terrible writers who wrote Gods of Egypt and Vin Diesel's The Last Witch Hunter? What are you doing? Sony really needs to stop making these Spider-Man universe movies without Spider-Man himself in it, without Peter Parker. Not just Peter Parker, but, like, just the IP, like the name Spider-Man. What, Sony, I have a question. I seriously have a question. What is your end game? What is your goal? Are you, like, making, like, these anti-hero movies? Are you making, like, these standalone, like, individual movies that are not connected to one another? I'm so confused. Like, are you trying to make... At first, I was like... Back when Venom came out, I was like, okay, are you, like, introducing, like, each of the members of the Sinister Six and then having them cross over and with the MCU and Tom Holland Spider-Man? I was thinking maybe, but Madam Web is not a Sinister Six villain. I don't think Venom is Eddie Brock is a Sinister Six villain. All these characters that they're introducing, they're not villains. Sony's turning these villains into anti-heroes. Apparently Craven, and I heard about this and I just could not believe what I read and what I was hearing, but apparently Sony is going to change Craven in the Craven movie, from, he's going to be an animal lover. He's going to be an animal lover in the Craven movie. Craven the Hunter. The Hunter is going to be, I guess he's going to hunt poachers and like these bad guys who's killing animals, and he loves animals. What the fuck? And Rhino? Is Rhino going to be the villain of the movie? Because we saw a glimpse of him in the end of the trailer. Oh my god. Sony is an embarrassing company right now. Outside, like, they should really just focus. I'm okay with them. Listen, I'm okay with Sony, making a Venom movie. I'm okay with them making a Venom movie with Tom Hardy. That's fine. That's okay. People know Venom. I seen guys, I go out in public, whether, to the mall or Walmart or at the gym. I see guys. I see guys and a few girls, a few women, wearing a Venom t-shirt. So, people, Venom is a very popular character. But does anyone know Morbius? Is anyone going to remember Madam Web? People made fun of Morbius. It's Morbin time. And people are never going to remember. They're going to completely forget about Madam Web. And I don't think there's going to be a future for Madam Web. And it's such a shame. Like, I feel like out of all the actors, Adam Scott, I believe that's the actor's name. The actor who plays young Uncle Ben. Out of all the actors, I feel like he's the one who he tried his best, but it wasn't enough. His role just wasn't enough in this movie. Dakota Johnson, I felt like she was pretty bored. I felt like the performance that she gave in this film is the same energy and charisma that in the 50 Shades movies. It's on that level. Her acting and her performance. And by the way, Sydney Sweeney, I love Sydney Sweeney. I saw Euphoria. I just saw Sydney Sweeney in Anyone But You with Glenn Powell, who's, by the way, is going to be in the upcoming Twisters movie, and he was in Top Gun Maverick. I love Sydney Sweeney. What? The three girls, the three future Spider Women, the costumes didn't look bad. All right, seriously, they didn't look bad. They didn't look great, but they're like the best, top tier. But not bad. It's not like on the same level. There are idiots out there who said that it looks like CW costumes. Do you even know what CW costumes look like? It's like fucking leather. It's terrible. CW costumes are terrible. It's not that. They're being, I don't know, idiotic or dramatic or whatever. The three girls, there's like no development. The three girls, the three future like Spider Women, there's no character development. There's like here, like in the forest, they talk about, their parents and their family, and then they talked about it again, and then they, like, in the hotel room, they confessed the truth, about who they are and where they really come from, and, the truth about their parents and their family, and they just lay it on each other at the hotel room. Hotel, motel, whatever. When they were, like, giving CPR, like... And by the way, like, the three... Oh, by the way, what was that diner scene? What was that diner scene? The three of them, like, dancing on the table. Woo-hoo. And then like there's like a cute boys and they're like dancing on the table. Like what? There's like no development with the characters, and I wanted every character to die, like including Dakota Johnson, who's the main star, who playing Madam Web. I just wanted all of them to die. I didn't care about anyone, not a single person. And then also Ezekiel Sims. Going back to Ezekiel Sims, when did he hire that assistant, the computer assistant woman? When did he hire? How did? Oh my god, this movie. Oh my god. Oh, this movie. This movie gave me such a fucking migraine. Oh my god, I wanted to bleach my eyes out. By the way, the actor who played Ezekiel Sims, is his lines dubbed? I think his lines, his voice, his dialogue, all of it is dubbed with like ADR or whatever, like audio technique. What an embarrassment. I was watching the movie and I'm like, I'm listening to what he's saying and then I'm watching his mouth move. It's not in sync with each other. And then it clicked in. And then I realized, yo, his lines are dubbed. Fuck this. Madam Web is an embarrassing, convoluted, utter dog shit of a mess. Oh, it's dog shit. It's a big giant bowl, a big giant bucket of dog shit. Oh god. Oh yeah, Emma Roberts is in this movie. She was cast as Peter Parker's mother. But I guess I totally forgot. And I was like, oh yeah, Emma Roberts in this movie, and she plays her fucking mom, Peter Parker's mom. By the way, they were playing like this game. She's pregnant. Emma Roberts pregnant with, Peter Parker. They couldn't say they can't. I know, they can't say the name Spider-Man or Peter Parker because, I don't know. I don't really know. But like they can't but like Uncle Ben says like, "Oh, I met someone." And then Cassie, Madam Web, Dakota Johnson, she's like, "Who did you meet?" And then he just stares up at her and smiles and he's like, "Oh." And she's like, "Oh." I'm like, I understand why they can't use the name Peter Parker. I can understand that. I can forgive that. All right. But they can't use the name May Parker? Is Aunt May like her name is like off limits? Why can't they just say May Parker? Her name's May. May Riley or whatever. Her name what? God. The only thing I liked about this movie was the last shot of the film with all of them, like all, the women, all the Spider Women in their costumes. Dakota Johnson is in her Madam Web costume. The costume looks great. Lose the visor. The visor, in my opinion, is absolutely horrendous. It's terrible. Get rid of those fucking visor. Go back to the sunglasses as she wears in the comics. Oh god. By the way they killed Ezekiel Sims, the villain of this movie, I'm gonna call him like Dark Spider-Man. Dark evil Spider-Man. The way they killed Dark Spider-Man is so fucking stupid. It's like, what the fuck? I said to myself in theaters, what the fuck? Because like this guy, Ezekiel, like this evil Spider-Man, he can lift a full-grown like police officer with one hand. He's super strong. And then this Pepsi Cola like sign or debris fell on top of him. He can't just like, what's wrong? Like he can't just like pick that up. He can't just push that off of him like easily. Like he's dead and we're supposed to believe that he's dead. I don't get what? He can lift up a full-grown police officer, adult, a full-grown adult police officer with one hand, but he can't lift off the Pepsi Cola sign at the end of the movie. Is it that like, is it that strong? I didn't know Pepsi Cola was fucking superhuman strong. Like, superhumanly strong. I guess so. I guess it's that. I guess it's really heavy. And then he falls down and he dies. He smashes his head and he's dead. What the hell? And the way Madam Webb became blind and paralyzed was absolutely stupid. She fell into like she fell into the water, and then the girls, saved her, got her out of the water, and then she opens her eyes, and her eyes is like blind. She's blind. And apparently she's in a wheelchair. I didn't know falling into water, into like the ocean, I guess the ocean can make you blind. And paralyze you. I'm never gonna swim again. There's nothing. There's nothing to this movie. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not as awful as Morbius. But man, Sony they really don't want to try. They're not even trying. And I also found out that the director of this film, this is her, like, I think this is her directorial debut, because before she directed, this is like, Madam Web is her very first film that she directed, because before then she directed a couple TV shows, maybe episodes, so this is her big time. And nothing against her. I have nothing against the director. I just can't believe Sony. I blame Sony. I don't blame any of the actresses, Sydney Sweeney, Dakota Johnson. They're all wonderful actresses. I know that. We all know that. But this movie is definitely going to be on my top 10 list of the worst movies of 2024. And it's February. And we're like in February, mid-February. I'd rather watch Night Swim again. Oh my god. Night Swim was better. Beekeeper was better. Night Swim was better. Beekeeper was better. Argyle was better. Night Swim was better than this film. Holy shit. I have nothing else to say except fuck Sony and destroy this. I hope this Spider-Man universe is not really Spider-Man without Spider-Man. Just call it the Venomverse. It needs. I can see the future of this franchise, of this universe, and it's not going to last long. I can tell you that much. Madam Web, please don't see this movie. Go watch Bob Marley. Bob Marley is a way better movie than this. It's a better movie to take out. Bob Marley is a better Valentine's date movie than this piece of shit. Yeah, just fuck Sony. This movie sucks complete. It's an utter mess. It's convoluted. It's predictable. Insanely predictable. Incredibly convoluted. Dog shit of a mess. There you go. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking your time to listening to my rant discussion with you. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that great stuff. Especially like and subscribe, because when you like and subscribe, you be helping my channel by tons, by a bunch, and I really do appreciate it. And I know it's been a while since you've seen my face. I feel like it's been, a while since you guys saw my face, like face to face. And so here you go. Nothing's changed. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still Asian. Uh, do all that great stuff, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Peace out.